Welcome to Lex on location. I'm so excited today because I've got a message for you that will transform your future if you act. How bold are you prepared to be? How courageous, how outrageous in your giving? Because giving is seed, and the natural model is that what we sow comes up and produces 30 times, 60 times, or 100 times what we sow, given the right circumstances and the right encouragement, the right nurture, and the right environment. I'm a great fan of what I'm now going to be calling the Book of Abundance. If I quoted something from the Buddha, most of you would go, oh, that's so cool. He looks a bit like a Buddha. If I quote something from the Bible, many of you go, that's religious, get away from me. But the Bible is the book of abundance. And in the Book of Abundance it says, when you sow something in good soil, it comes forth bringing fruit 30, 60, 100 times. 100 times. Not 100% return on investment, 100 times what is sown. But this morning I had this real wow. First of all, when you give, God is no man or no woman's debtor. I love the account of when Jesus asked Peter to use his boat to present his teachings to the crowds who were pressing in on him on the shore. So Jesus said, let me get in the boat. Let me teach them from the boat. And Peter and the guys had fished all night. They had toiled. They had worked hard. And they had caught nothing. Not 30-fold, not 60-fold, not 100-fold. When Jesus had finished teaching, he'd effectively borrowed the boat. So he said to Peter, let down your nets, plural, for a draft. Now, Peter is an expert fisherman. He said, Lord, we fished all night, we caught nothing. But at your word, and he let down one stinky old net. One, not nets. Jesus said, let down your nets for a draft. He let down one stinky old net, and so many fish came into that net that the net was breaking. It filled the boat, another boat came, and the boats were sinking with the return on that investment. Peter gave his boat, and the universe, God, the Book of Abundance, gives this wonderful account of all this stuff coming back to him. All right, stay with me, even if you don't like the Bible. Trust me on this. This is for everyone. Then you get the rich young ruler. And he came to Jesus and he said, what have I got to do to have a purposeful, meaningful, worthwhile life? And Jesus said, well, what are the commandments? And he basically said, well, you love God and you love other people as if they were yourself. He said, love your neighbour as yourself. And Jesus loved him. He said, that's it, that's great. So he said, one thing you lack. And the rich young ruler, the successful, spiritual, purposeful, meaningful, significant rich young ruler said, what's that? And Jesus said, go sell all you have and give to the poor, then come follow me. He could have been one of the apostles. Now that's really interesting, isn't it? Because the guy went away sad because he had much wealth. He didn't realise that the more courageous, the more bold, the more outrageous you are in your giving, the better the return you can expect. He could have had everything. Jesus' disciples never lacked anything when they went out on their missions. So again, if you don't like the Bible, stay with me. This is really exciting news because there are organisations like b1g1.com where you can give and make a difference in the world. But I want you to see that giving not as a loss, not as scarcity, but as an investment that will produce back to you 30, 60 and 100-fold what you sow. The last one I want to go to is the most exciting one, and the reason I'm so excited this morning, because Jesus was sitting in the temple once and the people were coming and giving gifts to the temple. And those who were particularly wealthy and ostentatious were ostentatious and stylish in the way they give. Oh, look. Wow. And they put all this great wealth into the temple treasury. And then this widow came, this little poor widow with almost nothing, with the smallest coin you can imagine. And she put this coin into the treasury. And Jesus said to his disciples, he said, see that lady there? She has put in more than all the others because she put in everything she had. And I used to think, oh, isn't that a nice little spiritual story? Because she was so generous and she's given in everything she had to live on because she loved God and loved the temple and wanted to support it. And this morning I went, oh, no. That was so exciting. You see, if your seed, if you're giving, it's more blessed to give than it is to receive. If your giving can produce 30-fold, it can produce 60-fold, it can produce 100-fold, but it depends what percentage of your passion and your courage and your outrageous giving you put into that gift. She put 100-fold of her power to give into her giving. She didn't hold back a single bit. She put the whole lot in, everything she had to live on. Do you think God would have let her starve? I don't think so. Again, if you don't like the spiritual stuff, don't worry about that. Just think about the energy you put into your giving. Are you putting 10% energy? Oh, I suppose I ought to do some good. Are you putting 30% in? Yeah, let's make a difference. Are you putting 60% in? Yes, let's make a difference. Or are you going 100%? And like Jesus said to the rich young ruler, go sell all you have and give to the poor. Are you giving it 100% like that widow who put in the widow's mite to do? Because if you do, you are about to have your world of joy and happiness. It's more blessed to give than receive. And your return on investment amplified up to 100 times. Not 100%, 100 times. Go be an outrageous giver today and just see what happens.